Today's Skull and Bones video is all about how to make 500,000 silver per hour, and you could actually make more than this. I'm rounding down. I have actually made 700, 800,000. It's really kind of luck and RNG dependent, but you will need some starting silver to do this. I recommend about 100,000 silver, which would be about 30 minutes of doing this. And so here's the method, and I'm going to share a lot more details later, but essentially what you're going to do is you're going to sail all the way down to the bottom right corner of the map to a place called Dutchman's Camp. And I have spent days on this method to make sure it is the best method for making silver in the whole game, and so far there is nothing that beats it. And what you're going to do is when you spawn in, you're going to run forward, and there will be some green logs here. You might as well take those. But what you're going to do is, I recommend that you do this once you've reached Kingpin rank, or you can do it beforehand, but your results may differ. Your ranking and your storyline progression has something to do with this. I'm not 100%, but once you've run and grabbed these green logs, on the right side, there are two different layouts, and I don't know which one is the more common one, because when I played a couple days ago, I was getting different layouts, and sometimes I still get different layouts, but you're looking for something called a rogue trader. They'll be right about here where I'm looking. Right now, it's the overseas smuggler, so you have to continue further down this road, and we're going to turn left here through the cave little area, and the rogue trader will be here. Now, if the rogue trader appears at the first part, that's fine. The smuggler will be here instead. So here's the rogue trader. We're going to talk to her.
Is that who I think it is?
And then she offers 4 different commodities. She offers brandy, wine, paintings, and gin. So right now she's just offering brandy and wine, so we're going to buy that out. And, well, my ship is at max capacity, which, let me just clear that up real quick. You do want a ship with a lot of carry weight. I'm using one with not so much carry weight, so your results may vary, but I'm going to go ahead and just store these into the warehouse and then buy the rest. So we're going to go ahead and buy the rest from her real quick, and don't worry, there's a lot more substance to this video than you think. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go to exit or quit to main menu, and your results may vary here, especially if you're doing it early in the morning. But when the game releases, this should be even easier to do, especially when it's popular. If you're watching this years later, this may not be as reliable. But essentially what we're doing is we're going to sit on this title screen for just a little bit, and we're going to join a different instance, a different server with different players. So I like to just watch the steering wheel waggle to the left here. Once it reaches that left point, I hit continue, which it did twice because I was talking, but you get the idea. I don't sit very long on this screen, but I do set for just a little bit. If you hit continue immediately, it just throws you on the same server, and when you walk up to the trader, it'll be out of stock, which we don't want. So now we're back again, and remember I told you to loot that log earlier? Well, that log is back, so we know we're on a new server, and over here, again, it's the rogue trader again, so we gotta run further ahead, and you're going to rinse and repeat this process for a little while. You're going to just log in and out of the game, go to the rogue trader here, and sometimes she sells a lot and sometimes she doesn't sell a lot, and that's where the RNG comes in, random number generator. So this time she's just selling brandy, which is really what we want. That's the best one. But there are sometimes she sells all 4. She sells like 20 paintings, 20 gin, 20 brandy, 20 wine, and that's the big money. But sometimes you'll go up to her and she won't sell anything. She'll just have nothing at all for sale. So here we go, steering wheel waggles to the right. We're going to let it waggle to the left, and that's about enough time for a new server. Okay, and you could give it more time if you want. You can go take a stretch, go get a sip, you know, a drink, you know, make yourself a sandwich, whatever it is. I like to do this during my downtime, like when I'm eating or busy working on YouTube or crap posting in, you know, Discords. So here we go. We are back, and that log is there, so we know it's a new server. If the log is gone, that's a telltale sign. So, again, still rogue trader over there. Again, sometimes she will be over there instead. You have to check every single time. And earlier in your story progression, she was almost always on that side. But, you know, running this little extra tile set, I guess, it's not so bad. And here we go. Now she just has wine for sale. We're going to buy that and then exit the game. You get the idea. I don't need to keep showing you this. But what I want to show you now is where to go with all of this stuff. And let me just show you, like, I'm going to show you my text document, and I'm sorry phone users, but, hold on, that is the wrong thing. Okay, here we go. So, I have been doing, I have every vendor in the game that sells things in large quantities listed right here. And then I have every vendor that buys things at the highest cost. Okay? So we can see, like, if we go to the Necropolis, we can sell brandy at 357, but if we go to Kamoy Estate, we can sell it at 363, etc., etc. And then rare items, I have, you know, that's a separate video, but you get the idea. But now what we're going to do is we're going to just sell our crap. So what I'm going to do now is, the first thing I want to sell, and I have a little route here, we're going to go to, let's see, my route is Mangrove, so I'm going to open the map. You know, once you have all of those lovely items, and we're going to go to Mangrove. That's all the way on the southwest side here, and it's right here in the Africa part of the map. That's the left side, the west side, Anyway, and now I'm going to sell it to the first trader. I'm going to sell paintings, so I'm going to open my storage. I'm going to go to manage cargo, and I'm just going to store everything I'm not really using here. And, you know, these magnetites and these green hearts, they're in-game crafting materials. I'm then going to pull out all of my stuff here with commodities, and I'm going to pull out the paintings. So I have 281 paintings. There we go. And now that we have 281 paintings, this vendor should buy them at a high price. So we go to sell, and we can see that he is buying them at 249. And I have it listed at 260, so it does vary day to day, time to time, but 249, you know, that's plenty. We just made 70,000 silver. Also, your gold, or your silver, you can still go over 1 million. It just won't show on this menu, but it will show on other menus. The next thing we're going to do is, we're going to go to the trader here that's on this island, because they sell some good stuff too, and I'm just going to buy out their stock before we move on. And again, this is part of the money-making thing, right? So, we're going to go to the second vendor, which is this way. You can look up in the sky and look for a plume of smoke. That usually means a campfire, usually means a vendor. See, well, it's hard to see during the day, but here is the officer. He sometimes sells some stuff. He's a, you know, little dude here. We're just going to buy his cogwheels, we're going to buy his tar, we're going to buy all the ale and all of the tobacco and the ornate pistols. And yeah, so there we go. We did that. Now, the second step is the Lost City of Prey, which is in the northeast corner. So we're going to go northeast to Lost City of Prey, right here. There we go. And then we're going to, let's see, open my menu here, manage cargo, throw all this in. And then we're going to take the brandy out. That's gin, that's brandy. Take all that brandy out. 294 brandies. Oh, yeah. And now, this is not an hour's worth. What I'm showing you is not 1 hour's worth of money. This is just me getting some before the video. And let's see this. I don't know if it's vendor 1 or 2. I didn't write it down. This is for 84. No, that's bad. Do not sell to vendor number 1. That's vendor number 1. We need to go further into vendor number 2. Where's the smoke? There's some smoke. That's the bonfire. There's some smoke that way. So we know vendors are over here somewhere. This is the smuggler, overseas smuggler. That's the cookery. Okay, so we need to go further in. I need to write down second vendor real quick on my notes. All right, there we go. So notes done. And I can't move forward because the keyboard's being weird. There we go. We're moving forward. Running through town, we're going to run up here, and there should be some vendors, and we could sell our brandy for 300 plus. It's huge. It's a huge flip. It's basically what we're buying from that one lady, we're flipping for 4 times the value. That is the math, okay? So I believe this is vendor number 2. Sometimes there's even more vendors, but this one should be correct. According to my notes, it's been... Oh, also, we're going to go ahead and buy the shellac, and we're going to buy the discount Batic and the uncut ruby, all discounted. And then we sell the brandy, 350 each. So we just made 100,000, 102,000 right there. Boom, just off the brandy, okay? And also there's a third vendor on the island that we need to visit here before we leave. Which, you know, it's been a while since I've been here. So I'm just going to go this way, and we're going to go to that third vendor. I believe it's to the left here. Maybe. I could be wrong. But give me a sec, we'll find this third vendor. It could be over here. Just do a little bit of exploring. And yeah, you go, oh, you should plan your videos better, you should edit your videos. Look, no. I'm teaching you how to make more money than anyone else. Everyone else that knows how to do this, if there even is anyone else, they're not going to share this method with you. They're going to keep it for themselves. And they're never going to tell anybody. Why am I telling you? Well, It's not an exploit, so I'm allowed to tell you, for one. Secondly, what does me being rich and you not being rich have anything to do? What? More competition on the leaderboards? I don't care about leaderboards. I don't care if someone, you know, raises up on the leaderboards. And I swear there's a third vendor somewhere. It's in my notes that there's a third vendor. But I'm not gonna bother finding them right now. It's just for some saltpeter and some batik that you can loot near them. Alright, so next up we're going to Poacher's Cache, which is west. That is west down here. Poacher's Cache. Let's see, that is Dragon's Back and Poacher's Cache right here. So this is the coast of Africa, and it's right here. We're going to Poacher's Cache, and we're going to sell the gin. That's where we're selling the gin. And we're going to, second vendor, it says. So I'm just gonna go ahead and repair, do a little bit of repairs, you know, store some stuff here, go to find that gin. We have 266 gins. There we go. And the second vendor, so let's see, it's not this vendor, it's further up on the island. And again, I haven't been here in a while. It's, you know, I've been actually playing the game, but we're gonna run through, we're gonna find this second vendor, probably back here. Hopefully, maybe. Preferably, yeah, there we go. There's another vendor, and they should sell, or they should buy the gin from us for a high price. Also, they're selling snuff, so we'll buy that. We'll buy the ivory, and yeah. So it is not this vendor then. It is not this vendor because they're not buying it for that price. So there is another vendor that buys it on this island. I just have to find where they're at. So yeah, not that one because it's not in my notes to buy that stuff. But they're here somewhere, probably deeper on the island. And maybe I did write second vendor incorrectly, so I should check that first vendor on the beach. I really should if I can't find another vendor. But I know there's one around. I just alright, so yeah, maybe it's the first vendor. I goofed my notes. So let's just set sail and then redock. And again, we are at Poacher's Cache again. So Gen 359 second. It says second vendor. Maybe it means second vendor to buy the stuff. Maybe. I don't know. Let's just check the warrior here. And nope, it's not them. So, but yeah, we are at Poacher's Cache. Did I run up this way? Maybe I didn't run up this way. And this is where the vendor is. So again, that's the campfire. Surely they didn't patch it. They didn't patch gin. All right. I can look at my notes and see where else gin sells pretty well, but I swear this was it, that this is the place. But we'll check. Okay, this says trader. All right, no, that's the same one. All right, so maybe my notes are wrong or they patched this specific location, but I have a backup location. I have a backup location according to my notes. We are looking for gin, Poacher's Cache. Brandy, vanilla, brandy, vanilla. Alright, well. Interesting. Am I in Poacher's Cache? Yeah, I'm in the right spot. And looking at the map, it should tell me, if I zoom in properly here, plentiful supply, highest in demand. Well, it's not saying it's in demand, so maybe it changed. Look, it usually doesn't change too much, but, alright, we'll just go down here to Command Grove and sell the damn gin because the game is telling me they buy the gin here for a high price. Whatever. Okay. You know, I'm trying to make a money-making guide here. It's fine. It's fine. I didn't think it would... yeah, it's only 191 here, so I don't want to sell it for 191. I want to sell it for the highest price. So we're going to check that second vendor. Always check the second vendor and, yeah, sell it there. But, you know, maybe it rotated out or it got patched. I'm not sure, but I should be able to sell this for, according to my notes here, I should be able to sell it for $3.59, which, we're not selling it for anything less because we want more silver per hour. So, let's just look at this guy here. And yeah, he's buying it for $3.57, so we'll just sell it to Command Grove. There we go. The final one is the Ruined Lighthouse to sell the wine, but wine does not sell for double up arrows anywhere that I have found. So we're going to go to the Ruined Lighthouse. That is in the northeast side here, and that's Karst Lookout. That's Ruined Lighthouse. There we go. So we will sell the wine here for 188, and that will be our gold farm. So here we go now. Manage cargo. Once again, we're going to not ale. We want wine. Bottles of wine. 286 bottles of wine on the wall. You take one down, you pass it around. Why did people sing that as a child? I don't know. And it doesn't tell me which vendor, so I have to check both. 182. Yep, there we go. And we're selling that for 52,000. So there we go. We just made a boatload of silver. And there's no faster way to make silver in this game than what I just showed you. You can do missions, you can kill boats. And, you know, I kind of want to capture some of this stuff because I kind of need to get that done for another video. Ah, man. So, we'll sign up for this. And anyway, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching. Go make you some silver. Thank you so much once again. Leave a comment, leave a like. If you find a better silver making method, let me know in the comments, bro. Let me know in the comments. With that said, please click the video on the right side of your screen. If you don't, then they're going to nerf silver making, and your gaming life will be absolutely atrocious and filled with unnecessary grinds. Mwah.